But with the coaches like myself, we're going to stick with things that we've seen success with in the past and probably have that go from year to year. And so that's kind of what we're looking at as we go into our scout.
While you lose Kayla Marasites, and that's obviously a gigantic loss, double-double machine, consensus All-American, Harley Smith and Braylon Weichel are now a year older. You bring in Lindsay Taylor. You'll have Skylar Boshiers at your disposal soon. When you look at this year's club, is the sky the limit for this year's team?
Possibly. I mean, we're going to be different. I think Lindsay is really good near the rim as a sizable post player. We've moved Harley out. She played mostly at 5 last year as an undersized 5. We've moved her out to the perimeter some. We've moved Bird from the 4 to play more of the 3, kind of taking Kayla Marasite's spot. We've ran a lot of guys at the 4, like Taylor Goforth and Madison Bunch, who are basically guards because we're a 4-out, 1-in offense. And how all that's going to shake out, I have no idea. We've traditionally been a really good scoring team. We've taken care of the ball. We've rebounded well. A lot of that is attributed to Kayla. So all those things come into play when we put it all together, where we're playing with a traditional 5-man most of the game because we played a lot of small ball in the past. We'll be able to take care of it. Can we still shoot it at the same rate? Can we take care of the ball? And all of that is yet to be seen. Have we done it in practice? Sure. Have we done it against outside competition? No, because we haven't played anybody. So this first game is I'm looking forward to watching it. Looking forward to getting out of the game and having film that we can look at to see all the things that we've worked on, what was successful, what wasn't, and then what can we work on moving forward.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Michael.
That's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. We're closing in on tip-off. The 271-day wait ends when we come back. Carson-Newman and Newberry next on the Eagles Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC. We're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopCNEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com.
Welcome back to the AEC Countdown to tip-off here inside of Carson-Newman's Holt Fieldhouse. We're getting set for tip. It is the Lady Eagles getting ready to take on the Newberry Wolves, and let's get you squared away with the very first starting lineups of this season. We begin with a look at the Lady Eagles of Carson-Newman. First game of the year, looking to snap the 271-day drought since their last game. That was a 6-point loss to Tusculum in the SAC semifinals 271 days ago. And they look like this. No freshmen in the starting lineup. 2 seniors, 3 sophomores are out there for the Lady Eagles. It'll be Harley Smith, Addison Bird, and Braylon Weichel in the backcourt with Madison Bunch and Lindsay Taylor in the front court. The new member of that group, Lindsay Taylor, she was a SoCon all-freshman team selection a year ago at Furman, the Maryville, Tennessee native, now here in Mossy Creek, getting set for the opening tap. On the other side for Newberry, we take a look at that crew. It's Keyshawn White, Kelly Romas, Courtney Virgo, Kelsey Brett, and Erica Wisely are the starting five for a team that is 1-2 to begin the year. They're 0-2 on the road this season. Newberry coached by Joanna Tinscher. Carson-Newman coached by Mike Mincy. This is Mincy's 10th season here at Mossy Creek. 181 and 87 in his tenure with the Lady Eagles. Two sides are clearing off right now, or just a few moments away from the national anthem and the starting lineups, and then we'll have the opening tip-off here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. We're glad you're with us here on this Wednesday evening inside of Holt Fieldhouse, and we'll have the exciting play-by-play action. It's Carson-Newman. It's Newberry to start the 2020 season, and it all comes your way next here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
This is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Offensive rebound, Kayla Marisites puts a shot back up, off the glass and in.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, by ShopCNEagles.com, by the Kate Insurance Agency, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, the Tennessee National Guard, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watran.
We're back to Mossy Creek, getting set for the opening tip-off here as Carson-Newman and Newberry moments away from the opening tap here at Holt Fieldhouse. Glad you could join us. Skip Roberts back inside of our network command center. Michael Watching, happy to have you with us. We'll have Adam Cavalier for the men's game. First doubleheader of the year. How about that? As we're into December, this is the latest start for Carson-Newman in program history. Prior to this, it had been November 22nd. They had started that late on a couple different occasions, but this is their latest start in program history. Let's take a look at the uniforms for these two programs as we get set for the opening tip-off. For Carson-Newman, all-white uniform, tops and bottoms, kind of that retro look. Carson-Newman written on the front of the jersey, Carson on top of the number, Newman on the bottom, written in navy with orange trim. Numbers on the front and the back written in orange with navy trim, and they have that slick blue, orange, blue pattern around the collars, around the outside of the tank top, and on the waistband. And Newberry on the other side, they go with Newberry across the chest, written in red on the all-black jerseys, tops and bottoms, and numbers on the front and the back written in red with silver trim.
So we're finally ready for basketball. After 271 days, we are back to it here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Ball in the air. Taylor taps it towards the far right sideline, and it's picked up by Madison Bunch, and it's Carson-Newman ball to start the season. Bunch dribbles to the right baseline, kicks out Bird. Extra pass, left corner. Braylon Weichel, a three-pointer. Missed it short, but Bunch tracks it down at the top of the key. A recycle for CN, a quarter of a minute in. Smith, top of the key, looks left, gives back to Bird, right wing. 10 to shoot. Lob underneath for Taylor. It's deflected out of bounds off of Erica Wisely of Newberry in possession. Stays with Carson-Newman, and there should be 6 seconds on the shot clock. They reset the shot clock to 20 accidentally, so they'll have to set that to 6. And we're good to go there. 9:36 to go in the first. No score. CN the only team to possess it so far. Lob comes top of the key for Harley Smith. Bounce pass to the left side of the lane. Bird catches, turns over right shoulder, and cashes it in. CN with its first points of the season. 30 seconds into the game. Lady Eagles lead this ball game 2-0. Newberry basketball for the first time in this contest, and it's possessed by Romas, right point. Man-to-man Carson-Newman defense. Newberry with 15 to shoot. Top of the key it goes Brett. Dribbles to the left elbow. Hands off Romas. Back out top Wisely. 9 to shoot for Newberry. Into the right corner now Virgo, team's leading scorer. Gives out Wisely. 4 on the shot clock. Dribbles right baseline. Left hand up and under shot. Misses off the right side of the rim, and it's rebounded by Lindsay Taylor. Good defense by the sophomore. Carson-Newman ball. Left corner. Bird wants a 3. She gets it to go as she tracks towards 1,000 career points. She is the first 5 of the season for Carson-Newman. 8:40 to go in the first. 5-0 CN. Full court pressure now. 2-2-1. Lady Eagles look very rested as they have not played a game so far this season. Top of the key, it's Brett pulling the trigger on a 3, and she drains it. All chords from Kelsey Brett, the senior from Australia, gets Newberry on the scoreboard. 5-3, CN on top. Weichel, the team's leading returning scorer, hands it off for a cutting Harley Smith left block. She scoops in a layup off the glass, and CN's lead back to 4 points, 7-3, 8:09 to go first period. Newberry breaks the press and gives it over to Romas on left wing. 20 to shoot as Brett pops out top of the key. Right-hand side, Keyshawn White. Dribbles inside the three-point arc, kicks out Wisely, top of the key. Left-hand side, Romas, the second-team All-SAC pick a year ago. Kicks it back out, Wisely down the left side of the lane. She evades the defender, and she gets another deuce for Newberry on a left-hand layup. 7-5, CN on top. 7:40 to go first period. Bunch along the right baseline. Passes it out to Taylor, and we get a whistle and a hand-checking violation on Newberry, and it goes on Wisely, her first. Team's first. 7-5, CN on top. Lady Eagles have made 3 of 4 from the field, and we get a substitution as well, and it will be Tyler Stolberg, the redshirt sophomore from Brisbane, Australia. 7:35 to go first period, and a 7-5 Carson-Newman lead. Lady Eagles have it underneath their bucket. Decent showing here. Fans are allowed inside of this facility for this game. Inbound Bird throws it for a cutting Taylor on the left block. Great catch in traffic, and amongst 2 defenders, she gets her first points in her Carson-Newman career. Averaged 7 last year at Furman. CN on top 9-5 and back on defense, pressuring Newberry, and it's stolen away by Weichel. And Weichel steps out of bounds. She had Bunch streaking down the sideline, just couldn't find her in time before she stepped on the far right sideline. So 7:17 to go in the first period, 9-5. Carson-Newman on top of Newberry. And it'll be an inbound from Courtney Virgo. Virgo comes into this game averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds. She has 2 double-doubles already this year. Only Maddie Sutton has more in the entire country, the reigning SAC player of the week from Tusculum. Inbound comes between the rings to Romas. Over to the right-hand side and White for Newberry. She dribbles to the right block, gets right past Bunch, misses the layup, but how about the strong board from Lindsay Taylor underneath. Taylor at 6'2", corrals the glass, and it's CN ball ahead by 4. 3 minutes into the game. Smith for Carson-Newman left point. Right to left behind the back dribble. Pass is deflected by Romas to Weichel. Now back out top, Bird inside for Taylor. She sweeps through a double team and draws a foul as she was going to the left side of the rim. And Lindsay Taylor will shoot free throws. call the foul on Kelsey Brett. It is her first. It's the team's second. And Lindsay Taylor to the line last year at 58% as a free throw shooter. Will get her first foul shots here. Been a nice start for Taylor. 2 points, 2 boards. First free throw from Taylor misses short, and she'll get another. Taylor, the sophomore from Maryville, puts the second one up with the right hand and gets that one to drop in. And a sub coming here for Newberry and Carson-Newman. Alexis Miller, part of the Miller twins, will check in for the Wolves for the first time. And Abby Wilson replaces Madison Bunch. Lady Eagles with a lot of speed out there now with Wilson and Weichel at the top of this 2-2-1 full court press. 10-5, see it on top. Romas, left-hand side, she's trapped, and she's tied up. Possession arrow will favor Newberry. So the possession arrow favors Newberry. There's actually not a possession arrow out here. So we have to go based off what the scoreboard says. Carson-Newman won the tap, and Newberry will get the ball. 10-5. Carson-Newman on top. Lady Eagles have made 4 of their first 5 shots from the field. Newberry, 2 of 4 from the field. Lady Eagles missed their first shot. They've made 4 shots in a row since. 5-point lead. And an inbound on the far side from Alexis Miller. Miller to fire it in. Left-hander looks to the front court, passes it over Bird. It's caught by Virgo, and she steps out of bounds. She was saving it in play, and it would have been right into Weichel's hand, so it would have been a turnover nevertheless. Second giveaway for Newberry already. 10-5, see it on top, 6:40 to go, first frame. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday evening. Carson-Newman ball, Taylor on the left block, misses the layup, gets her own miss, and puts it back in. She had 42 offensive rebounds. More than half of her overall rebounds were on the offensive glass last year. She gets her first here, and she's got 5 points, and 4 boards in the first 4 minutes of the game. 12-5, Carson-Newman's largest lead of the day. Newberry ball, left-hand side, and a three-pointer from Virgo's too strong. Rebound jostled for on the right-hand side, and it ricochets off of the right knee of Smith. Out of bounds on the baseline. 6:08 to go, first period. CN 12, Newberry 5. Wolves ball on the baseline in this near right corner. Romas to White, right wing. White off of a screen to the right block. Gets double teamed by Taylor and Wilson. Spins away from Wilson, misses the layup. Then the rebound goes into a pair of number 3's hands. Number 3 for CN Bird and number 3 for Newberry White. And a tie-up, possession arrow favors Carson-Newman this time around. Lady Eagles free-flowing offensively. They've led the league in scoring 5 consecutive years. And top 7 in the country in 3 straight. Weichel on the right elbow, crosses over right to left, kicks out Smith. Carson-Newman has the ball as Smith gets to the right block and hits the underside of the backboard with a right-hand layup. And the rebound falls into the hands of Miller for Newberry. They cross the timeline. Romas out to Miller, top of the key. 5:35 to go in the first, and a 7-point CN lead. White in the far left corner for Newberry. Dribbles along the baseline and draws a foul on Abby Wilson. Her first personal foul and the first whistle against Carson-Newman in this game. Taylor Goforth will check in for Carson-Newman. She replaces Smith, and Julie Kynard will come in for Newberry. Quay Hines is at the scorer's table, and she will not come into the game. Inbound coming here from Romas. To the left wing, it goes Virgo. Virgo dribbles to the left elbow, back out Romas left wing. Romas dribbles right-hand side. 12 to shoot for Newberry. Down the left side of the lane and has it stripped by Weichel. She's 1-on-3 the other way, sprinting to the right block, spins to the middle of the lane, adjusts between defenders, and sticks it in with the right hand. Braylon Weichel, her first points of the season after nearly 600 a year ago. 9-point CN lead, and a whistle and a foul on Lindsay Taylor as she tried to shut off Kynard's dribble drive on the baseline, and it brings us to our first stoppage in play. Carson-Newman's on a 7-0 scoring run. They've made 6 of their last 8, and with a 9-point lead in hand, we step out for the first time in this one. 14-5. Carson-Newman in control early on Newberry. Here on the Eagles Sports Network.
purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back to Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman has watched Newberry go on a 3-minute scoring drought. And with the Lady Eagles on top by 9, it's Newberry basketball on the baseline. Newberry will inbound it with Romas. Romas gives out to the left-hand side. Payton Cronin, one of the top 3-point shooters in the league this season. She's shooting it at 52%. Romas gets to the paint. Little up and under move as she double clutched. She missed the shot, but they call a foul on Carson-Newman. It's on Quay Hines, sporting a new number this season. She was number 12 last year. She's wearing 23 now this year. Redshirt junior from Gatlinburg commits the foul, and Romas to the line. This is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. Newberry came in at 87%, 32 of 37, and right on cue. Romas misses her second of the year. She does convert on the second opportunity. And an 8-point Carson-Newman lead in tow. They have the basketball coming right to left. All in the white uniforms for Carson-Newman. Bird on the left point, 14-6, CN's lead, 4.5 to go first period. Left side is Goforth. Dribbles and hands off to Wilson. Wilson gives back out, Goforth right point. Goforth shovels it to Bird. 9 to shoot for Carson-Newman. Bird over to Wilson. Wilson down the right side of the paint, leaves it for Bean and throws it out of bounds. In step, Carson-Newman has that second unit out there, minus Bird. She's the only starter on the floor left for Carson-Newman. And the Lady Eagles offense that had been in perfect step makes a mistake. But they're in the full court press, ahead 14-6, and Goforth nearly had a steal. It bounces around. Hines picks it up at mid-floor, touches it over for Goforth, who dribbles to the left block, misses the layup. Gets her own miss, kicks out Bird. Extra passes, 3 of them to the left corner for a Wilson 3 that toilet bowls around, drops off the left-hand side, and is finally pulled down by Tyler Stolberg of Newberry. 14-6, Carson-Newman on top, 3:54 to go first period. Top of the key, Stolberg wants a 3, misses that one badly. Way too strong, bangs off the backboard, and the rebound to Quay Hines of Carson-Newman. 8-point CN lead. Hines over to Bird, left wing. Bird dribbles left, stops, pops, misses, short. Offensive rebound in and out of the hands of Bean, then through the hands of Goforth before it's picked up by Cronin of Newberry. 8-point Carson-Newman lead. Newberry hasn't made a field goal in over 4 minutes. Romas to the left block, misses a layup. Ball jostles around before Hines collects it on the right block. Lobs it forward looking for Bird, and it's intercepted by Cronin. Not a very good few minutes here by Carson-Newman out of the timeout. Lady Eagles ahead by 8, 14-6. The lead has been as large as 9. Kiner in the left corner, gives out Cronin. Cronin to the top of the key. Gives over right-hand side, and Romas. Romas dribbles right around a screen for Newberry to the right block. 9 to shoot as she throws it for a cutting Cronin. Intercepted by Bird. Bird, right-hand bounce pass forward for Wilson, who misses the layup too strong. She caught it. I think she had to wait maybe an extra second for it. Tried to scoop it in and hit the glass, but none of the rim. 14-6. Carson-Newman on top. Newberry's missed 5 straight shots. They haven't scored in nearly 2.5 minutes since the Romas free throws. It's in the right corner for Malaysia Gates. She bounces off a Bird, but misses a layup too strong. Goforth with the rebound, and Carson-Newman will now get a run, a little bit of a set here. Been a while since they've been in the half court. Lob goes to Bean, left block. Power move as she goes up and under with a right hand. Katie Bean sticks with it, gets the layup, and Joanna Tinscher calls for time for Newberry as Carson-Newman has opened up its first double-digit lead of the ball game. 5 different Lady Eagles have scored here at the outset. Bird and Taylor lead the way with 5 apiece. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. That's Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Well, the Lady Eagles doing a good job defensively. Newberry just 2 of 9 from the field, and they've turned the ball over on 4 occasions as well. CN +4 on the glass. They have 4 second chance points, and it's been a really nice start for this Lady Eagle club that is without 4 seniors from a year ago, anchored, of course, by the consensus All-American Kayla Marasites, the program's all-time leader in double-doubles, and her name litters the all-time record books. And so far, so good for CN. Lindsay Taylor, the new face, has picked up 1/3 of the team's rebounds in the stead of Kayla Marasites. 16-6, CN ahead by 10. Newberry ball out of the timeout. White heaves it forward for Mackenzie Miller. One of the twins pulls up for a right-hand jumper and rattles it in. So Mackenzie Miller, averaging just a point a game this year, gets the right-hander to fall in, and that snaps a drought of 2 minutes and 45 seconds for Newberry. 16-8, 1:45 to go in the first. Weichel, top of the key for a jumper, missed it short, and the rebound hauled in by Payton Cronin of Newberry. Cronin will dribble left to right for the Wolves with 95 seconds to go in the first, down 8. Right-hand side, it's in the hands of Virgo. She has yet to score yet for Newberry as the pass goes through the hands of White, and Wilson going for the basketball. Draws the foul on White, just the team's 3rd, so no foul shots yet. And Sydney Pierce will try to come into the ball game. And she will replace Katie Bean. So Carson-Newman, who for years has played a much smaller lineup, they've already played 3 post players in the first 9 minutes of this game. So a different look for this Lady Eagle crew. CN has the ball, ahead by 8. Hines, top of the key to go for it, left wing. Popping out Pierce to the right wing, and Weichel. 2 points so far for the only all-region selection returning in the Southeast. She bounces it inside for Burden and swatted away by Wisely, who has 6 blocks now on the season. That's number 2 in the league. Look at Wilson at midcourt. A lazy pass is intercepted inside of the center circle by Wilson. She glides to the right block for a right-hand layup. 18-8, Carson-Newman on top in the final 50 seconds of the first period. Virgo fires it forward for White. White just had that turnover, 6 of them for Newberry. Wisely left block, gets to the left side of the lane, spins through a couple of defenders, misses a layup, however, off the left-hand side. Pierce had the rebound, couldn't grab it away from White. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Newberry. 35.9 to go in the first. And about a 6-second differential shot to game clock here. 18-8, Carson-Newman on top, looking for a stop and then a bucket to expand the lead. So now they do say that the shot clock should be at 20. Everybody's a little bit rusty, at least on our side. 18-8, Newberry with the inbound on the baseline. Gives out to Mackenzie Miller. Just had a bucket a couple possessions back. Gives out Cronin, left wing. Left-hand bounce pass underneath, deflected by Goforth and pilfered by Wilson. She lobs, looking for Goforth, and throws it out of bounds. Carson-Newman's turned it over 3 times. Twice it has been one of those passes that has just been errant. And with Carson-Newman on top, 18-8, and 20 seconds to go in the first, it's Newberry ball. Shot clock is off. Left-hand side, Romas. She doesn't have a lot of time to get it across and just does do so as the official is anticipating blowing her whistle. 7-6 to play in the first. CN ahead by 10. Newberry gives it to Romas. 3-2 to the left block. Has to put it up. It's Cronin for the left wing. As the buzzer sounds, she connects from long range to trim the margin to 7. So despite the fact that Newberry makes just 4 of its 12 shots from the field, they make 1 of their final 8 shots from the field. They're within just 7 at the end of the first period. We're glad you're with us here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. In the season opener, Carson-Newman has a 7-point lead, 18-11 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back to Holt Fieldhouse on a socially distant night here at Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman ahead 18-11 on the Newberry Wolves. Lady Eagles shooting 47% from the field. And it's CN basketball to start the second stanza. Ahead by 7. Smith dribbling along left side of the three-point arc and draws a hand-checking foul on Newberry, and it goes on. Courtney Virgo, the team's leading scorer, her first, team's first. Inbound on the baseline. It'll be Bunch as the starter's back out there for CN. Gives to Smith, fakes the handoff, kicks out left corner and Bunch. She dribbles to the paint, to the left block, little right-hand runner, misses off the right-hand side, and a good strong rebound by Kelly Romas. She scored a grand total of 18 points all year long. She was the team's leading scorer a year ago. 18-11. Carson-Newman on top of Newberry, 30 seconds into the second period. Left-hand side, Cronin throws underneath for Brett. She misses a right-hand hook shot in the middle of the lane, off the right-hand side of the rim, and the rebound to Bird. Seeing ahead by 7, looking to find that offense that was flowing in the first. Inside it goes Taylor, just buries her defender, catches it basically underneath the bucket, has to adjust herself and kisses it off the window. 20-11, Carson-Newman on top as Taylor has 7 points in her debut. Carson-Newman looking to win a home opener for her 13th straight year. Romas for Newberry between the rings, 15 to shoot. Gives over to Brett. 2 passes to the left wing, Cronin against man-to-man defense in the all-black unis. Top of the key, Virgo. Thought about a 3, now steps behind a Wisely screen. Misses a triple, too strong. Rebound is spiked out of bounds by Wisely on the baseline. No, check that. They call it out of bounds off of Carson-Newman. I guess Bunch might have tapped it. So it'll be an inbound on the baseline from Romas. She gives it to Cronin, who's left wide open, and she drills a 3. She's made 10 now on the season and is shooting above 50%, but she was left wide open. 20-14, Carson-Newman's lead, 8.5 to go in the first half. Bunch for Carson-Newman, bounces underneath, looking for Taylor, and it's deflected out of bounds by Wisely. So it'll be Carson-Newman ball on the baseline with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Bunch will fire it in, the senior. Gives out, looking for Smith. It's deflected out of bounds off of Brett of Newberry. No, check that. They're saying that it was off of Bunch of Carson-Newman. So a turnover for Carson-Newman. Things have gotten a little sluggish here for the Lady Eagles. Romas gives it to the middle of the floor where it's caught by Brett. Brett, nobody on her. Now she crosses over to get to the middle of the lane, bounces over Wisely right block. She flicks in a layup off the glass, and after it was a 10-point game not too long ago, it's down to just 4 with 8 minutes to go first half. Weichel trying to get going. Great bounce pass to the left side of the lane. Taylor takes the contact and bangs in a left-hand layup off the glass. Well, for fans that were looking forward to seeing Lindsay Taylor, they are getting everything they could have possibly dreamed for. She's trending towards a career high already. She has 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Trying to make this a 7-point game at the line. And she gets the friendly roll, front iron, backboard and in. 10 already for Taylor. Double figures in her Carson-Newman debut for the Furman transfer. 23-16 with 7:50 to go in the first half. Romas has it. Weichel all up in her shorts. Romas trying to get away from Weichel. Now spins to her left, uses a screen, popping out Cronin, passing on a three. Kicks to the right corner for a Brett three-pointer that's too strong. And there's Harley Smith, who averaged 5 boards a year ago. Collects that one. Sprints front court for CN. Bounce pass underneath. Taylor with a strong move. Right-hand layup, just missed it. Little overshot it. She was fading away as well. And a rare miss for Taylor here in her debut. 7-point CN lead, 7:20 to go first half. Right corner for Newberry, it's Cronin. Gives it back to Virgo. Back Cronin, right wing. 15 to shoot for Newberry. Left corner, Romas. Romas gets to the free throw line against Weichel. Backing down Weichel. Misses a left-hand layup. Rebound battled for. And it's last touched by Addison Bird of Carson-Newman, and Newberry maintains possession. Wolves 6 of 17 from the field, but they've drilled a trio of. Inbound comes to Stolberg. Brett, left point to Romas, right wing. Underneath Stolberg, back to the bucket. Dribbles left and has it taken out of her hands by Weichel. She spin cycles Romas, gets to the left block, puts a right-hand shot up, and a blocking foul whistle on Newberry. Weichel got the steal, and she's going to be the benefactor of a couple foul shots as the whistle goes on Kelsey Brett, and that's a big second on Brett. She averages 9.7, the team's second leading scorer, or check that, third leading scorer rather on the season. Will have to come out here in the first half. And we have subs coming. Malaysia Gates and Alexis Miller replace Brett and Stolberg. And Weichel to the free throw line. Last season, Weichel was 84% at the line. First one on the way for the sophomore, and she misses it. Rare miss for Braylon. She was one of the most efficient players, not only in the league, but the entire country. 50% from the field, 44 from three, and 84 at the line. Second one from Weichel is all courts this time around, and the lead stretches to 8, 24-16. Carson-Newman on top and able to set up their 2-2-1 full court press. In the backcourt, it's Romas, dribbling to the far left sideline, throws it to the middle of the floor. Cronin catches it, dribbles to the top of the key, throws it right-hand side, Virgo. She gets inside of the three-point arc before getting shut down. Newberry with the basketball, down 8. Miller, top of the key, left-hand side, and Romas. Romas back to the basket, dribbles to the left-hand side, goes up and under with a right-hand shot and gets it to go. That's that old-school guard basketball. A little post-up action from Romas, and it's a 6-point game once more with 6 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman in the front court, bounce pass underneath looking for Taylor, and Malaysia Gates picks up the foul. Team's third on Gates' first. 23 to shoot with Weichel to inbound it. Weichel will lob it out to Smith. Smith looks under for Taylor, passes to Bird, now inside Taylor, left block. Nice head fake, got too far under the bucket and had it hit underneath the backboard on the padding. And the rebound collected by Gates. Newberry ball down 6. They've done a great job of hanging around. CN blasted Newberry by 31 in this gym last year. Miller gets to the left side of the lane. She scoops the left-hand layup off the glass, plus she draws the foul. Call the foul on Harley Smith, her first, and the team's first. Newberry +3 here in the period. And after they fell behind by 10 at 18-8, they have really surged and made it a one-possession game. 24-21 with 5:40 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman just 2 of 5 from the field with a couple turnovers here in the period. Weichel getting down the left side of the lane, left-hand layups off the glass and in. Weichel shows her offensive skill set. 5 points now for the sophomore, and an all-region and first-team all-conference pick a year ago. Romas for Newberry in the backcourt, glides to the front court, bounces it to Miller. Miller, top of the key, shovels it right back out to Romas. 15 to shoot for Newberry, down 5. Right-hand side, Cronin. Cronin dribbles left around a screen, left-hand pass, Romas. To the corner and Virgo. Virgo thought about a step-back three-pointer. Gives to Romas. She does take a step-back three from the left wing and misses it short with the shot clock winding down. Bird for Carson-Newman rebounds. Here come the Lady Eagles, right to left. Weichel, top of the key. Gives to Smith, left side, tries to throw a pass underneath. It's deflected. Bird collects 15 feet away, left wing, and misses a turnaround jumper. Newberry down 5 with the basketball. 4:40 to go in the first half. Mackenzie Miller wants a three. That one is all court. Checks that. That was Alexis Miller who hit that three-pointer. No, they called it a two, rather. 26-23, 4:27 to go first half. Carson-Newman ball ahead by 3. Weichel around a screen from Taylor. Stops at the free throw line and drills a jumper. Weichel's starting to get hot. She's got 7. Lead is 5 for CN with 4:13 to go in the first half. Pass comes front court for Alexis Miller. Throws it to the left corner and Cronin for a three-pointer. She drills a three-pointer. Her third made triple. She's got a team-high 9 for Newberry. And it's a 2-point game, 28-26. Bunch back out top, Weichel. Steps to her left, gives Smith left wing. Bounce pass underneath Bird, up and under, and we get a whistle and a foul on Newberry. And Joanna Tincher does not like the call. It's on Virgo, it's her second. So now the team's leading scorer is in foul trouble, and it brings us to a break in play. 3:49 to go first half. Newberry sticking with it. They've made 6 of 11 shots here in the period, and a big 3:49 coming up before halftime. CN 28, Newberry 26, as you listen to Carson-Newman women's basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
At the Kate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Kate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Kate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Kate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
We're back to Holt Fieldhouse where Carson-Newman's lead is a deuce. 28-26. They led by 7 entering this period. But Newberry has made 4 of its last 5 shots. And they are right in this basketball game, down by just a pair on the road. Addison Bird to the line. Bird, a 2-time honorable mention all-league pick, puts the first shot up and tickles the twine on the first one. Bird now with 6. She's got 3 boards and a couple assists to go along with that as well, the senior from Nashville. Second one from Addison's up there. It tickles the twine once more. And Quay Hines will replace Bird in the Carson-Newman lineup. White will come in for Virgo in the Newberry lineup with a 30-26 lead in hand. Carson-Newman's on top. And Abby Wilson's the lone player pressing as CN will now sag back after Newberry looked like they solved the puzzle of that mystery. Keyshawn White for Newberry. Dribbles left block, kicks out Romas. Romas spins to the paint, has it jostle around, and before that, we get a traveling violation on Romas. 9th turnover for Newberry. They turn it over at a very high rate, 19 per game. That's the worst in the league this year. 30-26. Carson-Newman on top of the basketball, 3.5 to go in the first half. Weichel trying to cross over against Romas. Instead uses a double screen left. Bounces it over for Goforth. Right point three-pointers up, too strong. And a good box out by White in the perfect position outside of the left side of the lane to rebound for Newberry. Here come the Wolves left to right in the black uniform, tops and bottoms with red accents. Miller looked like she traveled. They didn't call it. Down the lane goes Kynard. She misses a teardrop. She saves it inbounds, though, to Romas. Newberry's hustle, able to keep it alive. Should have been a turnover before that. Shot clock didn't reset. Romas with 6. Dribbles down the left side of the lane. Bounces it to the corner. White wants a three-pointer. Missed it short. Rebound taken away by Kynard. 12 minutes a game for the junior, and she's come up with a couple hustle plays on this possession. But now turns it over. The ball will trickle all the way to the Newberry bench on this near left sideline as Kynard was trying to pick out Miller, and it just went out of bounds harmlessly. Carson-Newman just 12 points here in this second stanza. 4 of 9 from the field, and they've had a few turnovers as well. Hines for Carson-Newman, ahead by 4, has the basketball. Hines crossover right to left. Looking backdoor for Goforth, shovels it to Bean for a free throw line jumper that misses badly. Goforth catches the offensive rebound, and CN will reset. Hines, left point, three-pointer, halfway down and out. White has the rebound, but Goforth is called for the foul. You love the hustle from Goforth on that possession. And Carson-Newman just couldn't cash anything in as their offense continues to struggle here. 4 for 11 from the field in this period. They've only made one three-pointer for the nation's second-best three-point shooting team last year. A steal from Goforth. Ahead to Wilson. Over to the left block and Weichel for a right-hand layup that kisses the window. 32-26. Carson-Newman's defense turning to offense. They have 9 points off of turnovers. White in the front court for Newberry. Down 6. Will reset the offense as Newberry's able to elude the pressure. Romis left wing. Romis dribbles to the free throw line. Now circulates back out. Preseason all-conference pick. Top of the key, Stolberg, and a whistle and an illegal screen set underneath. Alexis Miller is the one called for it. It's her first. It's the team's 5th. And because it was an offensive infraction, no foul shots, but the Lady Eagles are in the bonus. Weichel will cross the timeline right to left. Gives it to Wilson. Dribble handoff. Hines back to Weichel in the weave. She dribbles down left side of the lane, kicks out Wilson. Left corner three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound. Tapped out of play by Goforth on the baseline. And it goes back to Newberry. Well, it looked like Carson-Newman was going to be able to run out of the gym with this one as they started 18-11 and had an 18-8 lead early in the first. But since then, Newberry's responded, and it's a 6-point game. 32-26, 1:20 to go in the first half. Right-hand side, Newberry with it. Kynard gives to Cronin. Back Kynard. Kynard to the middle of the paint. Little left-hand shot off the glass and in as she was fading to her left. Used that left hand to facilitate it off of the glass and put it in. Carson-Newman, 32. Newberry, 28. Weichel, other end as she steps back for a left elbow jumper. And buries another one. So Weichel with 11 now. She's got 9 in the period. And with 45 seconds to go, it's CN ahead by 6 in the first half. Miller, top of the key. Left-hand pass to the left corner and Kynard. Back out top for Alexis Miller. Now Cronin, right wing. 13-12 to shoot for Newberry. To her left goes Cronin. Down the paint. Has her shot blocked by Bean. Picked up by Weichel. Shot clock is off. Lady Eagles could play for the last shot. But Weichel accelerates. Pulls up for a jumper and drills another one. 13 for Braylon Weichel. She averaged 17 last year and lead back to 8 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Newberry ball. Romis with Wilson all over it. 7 and 6 to go. CN does have a couple fouls to give. Romis to the paint. Has it stripped out of there by Wilson. They call a jump ball, though. That was a quick whistle on the jump ball if you're Carson-Newman, but a jump ball nevertheless. And with 2.4 to go, it'll be Newberry ball on the baseline. Inbound coming from Romis. Romis still looking, lobs out. Kynard to her left, gets to the paint. Left-hand runner will not count, and that's how the period will come to an end. Nice close by Carson-Newman thanks to Braylon Weichel. She is a game-high 13, and with the Lady Eagles on top 36-28, it's Carson-Newman in control, seemingly, here in the first half. Newberry turned it over 12 times, and with the Lady Eagles ahead by 8, we'll step out for a break as you listen to Carson-Newman women's basketball. Shop CNEagles.com halftime report coming up next. Take a look around the rest of the league, see what's going on there, and fill you in on all the happenings around Mossy Creek when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Game day? Head over to shopcneagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopCneagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopCneagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeandEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose. It's halftime. Stats, a check of the ShopSeeandEagles.com sack scoreboard. And interviews are all headed your way.
Dribbles to the right block, right-hand scoop layup off the glass and in, and Carson-Newman is on a run.
But now here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse, where at halftime it's Carson-Newman 36 and Newberry 28. Carson-Newman got off to a 10-point lead early, but since then they've faltered just slightly. But Braylon Weichel certainly picked up the Lady Eagles in a monster way down the stretch in the first period. She scored 11 points in the second stanza. She has 13 to lead the way for Carson-Newman. Statistically speaking, Carson-Newman in the ball game, 15 of 32 from the field, 47%. 1 of 6, though, from three-point range. That is completely different than what you would normally predict from a Carson-Newman club. A team that has been amongst the best in the entire country. Had they played Anderson, and granted, Carson-Newman obviously could have not made any three-pointers. They were 2 three-pointers away from resetting the South Atlantic Conference's all-time single-season three-point record. So had they played that game against the Trojans in the NCAA tournament and continued their streak that is nearly 260 games in a row of made three-pointers, they would have been the Sacs all-time leaders in three-pointers in a season. But, of course, you see that all over the place around the entire country. I think there's a young man at Creighton that scored his 1,000th point last year in the first half of the Big East tournament, but they canceled the game at halftime, so he didn't get his 1,000th career point. Fortunately for him, he was a junior, so he was able to come back for another season, and he recently scored that 1,000th career point. But certainly, unique times call for unique measures, and Carson-Newman's offense inside of the arc has been phenomenal. 14 of 26 inside of the arc for Carson-Newman. They're 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Lady Eagles are actually getting out-rebounded. They were +5 early, but since then, Newberry has picked up 6 offensive rebounds, and now Newberry is +5 on the glass. And Carson-Newman has 7 assists on 15 made field goals. Lady Eagles led by Braylon Weichel, 13 points from her on 6 of 8 shooting. She's got a couple assists and a couple steals. 10 points, 3 rebounds in 11 minutes for the Furman transfer, Lindsay Taylor, for Carson-Newman. 7 from Addison Bird. Otherwise, it's just a couple deuces across the board. Harley Smith, Abby Wilson, and Katie Bean for the Lady Eagles. But Carson-Newman does have 7 steals rather, that have led to 9 points off of turnovers. Lady Eagles have scored 24 points in the paint as well. Newberry on the other side, they're spreading the wealth really well. Payton Cronin has 9 points. She's made 3 3-pointers. Otherwise, a lot of 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. 5 from Alexis Miller, 4 from Erica Wisely, 3 from Kelsey Brett, and 2 apiece from Julia Kynard and Mackenzie Miller in the first half of basketball. 24-10, CN on top in the paint, 9-5 off turnovers, 4 3 second chance points, 8 2 fast break points. Newberry does have 18 points from its bench, aided largely by Payton Cronin. Lady Eagles have never trailed in this game. It has been a wire-to-wire lead so far for the Lady Eagles. And with Carson-Newman's largest lead, 10, it sits at 8 at halftime. So they actually did increase their lead from first quarter to second quarter. It was +7 after 10 minutes. It's +8 after 20 minutes. So that's where we stand here at halftime. When we come back, I'll take you around the rest of the league. There's just a few games currently going on. Limestone Anderson and UVA Wise and Wingate are the other games currently in action. We'll update you on those ball games and preview the men's game that is yet to come here this evening. That's when we come your way next, as Carson-Newman leads 36-28 on the Eagles Sports Network.
The fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. Final! I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your spectrum.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Carson-Newman leads Newberry 36-28 at halftime as we take a look around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. LMU was able to sneak a game in last night against Bluefield State in Coach Devin Carter's first season at the helm. He improves his team to 3-1, a 79-65 win over the Big Blues. Lauren Flowers leads the way, 21 points. She had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals as well. Stat sheet stuffing from Flowers. One of 4 players in double figures. Cassidy Kenny hit 10 of 12 at the free throw line. She had a dozen. Lindsay Profit had 18 points and 7 rebounds and 17 points. 4 boards, 4 assists, 4 steals from Lexi Kaiser for LMU in the win. At halftime, it is UVA Wise leading at Wingate 41-33. Wise in their second year as SAC members, having a solid showing on the road so far, as they're being led in scoring by Caitlin Ross, 12 points for her. 9 from Nia Van Zant and Kaylee Johnson as well. And the other game going on right now is Anderson and Limestone, and it's Anderson on top 36-32 at halftime. Halftime here, 36-28, Carson-Newman on top. We're back with a second half action when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, loses her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, 3 from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeeingEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeeingEagles.com today.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse. 36-28 is the score at halftime. Before we start the second half, we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Eagles Sports Network. Glad you could join us as we sit courtside here inside of Holt Fieldhouse on a socially distant night. Around 300 fans are allowed in attendance. We don't have close to that. Around 100, 150 maybe, including some of the men's teams that are here and the officials waiting for the men's ball game. Skip Roberts is back in studio helping us out on this fine Wednesday evening. It's the season starter for Carson-Newman. They've won 9 consecutive against Newberry. Lady Eagles haven't lost here at home to the Wolves since 2014. To put that in perspective, Tatum Bergstrom, who's in her 5th year as an assistant coach at Carson-Newman, she was a junior on that team. So it has been a while since Newberry upended the Lady Eagles here. But it's all Carson-Newman here at the outset. 36-28 the lead. Weichel has it for CN as we start the second half.
Hands it off to Taylor, gets it right back, and loops around for a reverse layup. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though, Taylor, and she sticks it back in. Those two have 25 of Carson-Newman's 38 points in this basketball game. 38-28 leads back to a game-high 10 with 9:35 to go in the third. Left-hand side, it's Kelsey Brett. She's back out there. She gives it to White. Back out top, Romas. Romas dribbles right around a screen, spins back left, backing down against Weichel, clicks up a layup, doesn't get it to go, goes over the top of Weichel to get the rebound, and then tries another layup attempt and draws the foul on Addison Bird. Well, Romas has taken advantage on a few occasions of getting to the paint, and much like that first opportunity, hasn't converted. She's just 1 of 5 from the field, but back at the line. Romas' first opportunity is up, and that toilet bowl's off the left-hand side. She was a preseason first-team all-conference pick. Came into today averaging just 6 points and 6 rebounds. Second free throw good. She does have 4 points and 4 assists in this game so far. 38-29. Carson-Newman can get its largest lead of the game on this trip down the floor. Right corner, Bunch is wide open on a half-court pass from Smith. She drills a triple. First points of her senior year for Madison Bunch, and it's a 12-point ball game. 1 minute into the third, 41-29. See it on top. Romas, far right sideline, looking underneath, still glancing around the defender, and now gives to the top of the key and Wisely. 15 to shoot for Newberry. Left-hand side, it's into the hands of Virgo. Top of the key, White. White with 10 and 9 to shoot. Back Virgo left wing. Underneath for Wisely. 5 to shoot for Newberry. Wisely up and under, still trying to figure something out and put something up. It's an air ball, and they'll call it a shot clock violation on Newberry. With 8:33 to go in the third, it is already the 13th turnover for Newberry. They average 19, the worst in the league so far this season on the very young season. Season opener for CN, ahead by a dozen. Bunch on the right-hand side, gets to the middle of the paint, tried to bounce it for a cutting Bird. It slides through a couple defenders before it's pilfered by Brett. 8:15 to go in the third, and Romas has it left wing. Popping out Brett, top of the key, gives Virgo right wing. She's been awfully quiet, hasn't scored, and has 1 rebound. She has 2 double-doubles and at least 15 points in 2 of the 3 games this year. Whistle underneath the bucket on Taylor, her first, team second. And an inbound from White for Newberry. Black uniforms for the Wolves, white for the Lady Eagles. Romas to the right block. Bunch is on her now. Great defense by Bunch. Kept her hands up, got a shot block, and picked up the basketball. Now she's trapped in the corner. She wants a timeout. Instead, it's a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Newberry. Everybody leaked out to Carson-Newman's side of the floor with the exception of Bunch and 2 Newberry defenders. Lady Eagles have scored 5 of the first 6 points here of the period, and they're ahead by a game-high 12. Newberry has the rock, however. Brett gives over to Romas right wing. Romas dribbles left, thinking about what she wants to do, looking for Brett underneath, gives it to her. Double team comes, kick out Wisely left elbow. To the corner it goes, and Virgo. Top of the key, White. Down the right side of the lane, gets a right-hand layup off, but missed it too strong, and Lindsay Taylor collects her 5th rebound of the game. Ahead for Weichel. Lobs underneath looking for Smith. It's deflected and taken away. Already the 3rd turnover of the quarter. And Bunch will spike it out of the paws of Romas, who is inside the 3-point arc on the left-hand side. 41-29. Carson-Newman on top, and Abby Wilson will replace Madison Bunch on Carson-Newman's side of the floor. The Lady Eagles are 2 of 3 from the field here in the period, but 3 turnovers in the last 100 seconds. Brett catches on the right block, a couple dribbles, spins baseline, and fires one off of the backboard and through the cylinder for a deuce. 41-31. See it on top, 7:10 to go in the third. Weichel, top of the key, gives over to Smith, bounces underneath, looking for Taylor. And that needed a little bit more of English than it had, and it goes out of bounds for a turnover. 4 turnovers for Carson-Newman in the first 3 minutes of the period. They had 4 in the entire first half, making mistakes early, and Mike Mincy calls for time. We'll step out for a break as well. 41-31. CN ahead here in the third period on the Eagles Sports Network.
Provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
10-point ball game, Carson-Newman on top, but they have already matched their first half output of turnovers. 4 during a 2-minute scoring drought. However, Newberry hasn't taken advantage of it. They're down by 10, and the lead at half was 8 for Carson-Newman. Newberry ball out of the timeout. Romas splits a double team. Gets to the far right side as she crosses the timeline for Newberry, and the Wolves will set up the offense. Romas left wing gives out top Cronin. She had 3 triples in the first half. The sharpshooter gets it back from Brett in the right corner. Spins around the defender, gives back out top Brett. Over to Virgo left wing. Virgo, who is still yet to score, pops the top on a 3 from the left wing and misses it short. Rebound to Taylor, fires it forward for Wilson. Cross-court pass to a cutting Harley Smith left block, and she blew the layup. Carson-Newman has missed a couple layups in this game. Otherwise, this could be in control. 41-31, CN on top. Newberry basketball, 6:20 to go in the third. Right-hand side, it's Cronin. Dribbles to the free throw line. Kicks out top and Wisely. Over to Virgo left wing. Underneath now, Romas. Back out top. Virgo, 3-pointers up. That's an air ball. She averages 13 a game this year, but she has had a rough day. 0 for 4 from the field. Carson-Newman has the ball with Wilson giving to Weichel and crossing the timeline. 10-point Carson-Newman lead with the basketball. 4 minutes into the third period. Harley Smith dribbling down the left side of the lane. Gets shut down there by a defender. Kicks out Wilson. Over to the right wing, Weichel. Lobbing underneath for Bird. Over her right shoulder she goes, and she drains a jumper. Addison Bird now with 9 points. The lead back to a game-high 12. 43-31, 5:35 to go in the third. Romas against Weichel across the timeline, and an offensive foul. There was not a lot there, admittedly, but there's enough for an offensive foul, and Romas picks up her first. And she'll check out of the ball game, and Julie Kynard will come in. Kynard, the junior from Prosperity, South Carolina, replaces Romas. Smith to inbound the ball, and Smith will lob it back for Weichel, who's double-teamed in the backcourt. Weichel will fire it cross-court for Smith. CN's got numbers. Smith to the middle of paint. She gets around the defender and scoops in a left-hand layup. Excellent decision-making by the sophomore from Jamestown, Tennessee. 45-31, CN on top with 5:15 to go in the third. Brett gives it forward to Virgo, and Newberry breaks the press. To the left corner, Kynard. Kynard is whistled for a traveling violation. 15th turnover of the game for Newberry. Their scoring drought has now reached over 2 minutes. 5:09 to go in the third. CN on top by a game-high 14. They started the period on a 9-3 scoring run. Inbound to Bird on the far left sideline, and she throws it away. Kynard right there. Weichel trying to take it back. Kynard picks it up. Bodies on the floor. Kick out Cronin. Left point 3 is in. Check that, it's a 2. Her foot was on the line, and that ends a scoring drought for Newberry. Carson-Newman miscues. They have 5 turnovers here in the period. Bird in the left corner for Carson-Newman. A 3-pointer rains home. Addison Bird's got a dozen now and leads to 15 at 48-33. 4:40 to go, third period. Across the timeline goes Brett. Back tap by Weichel. Picked up Bird. Lobs it forward for a waiting Weichel. Streaking to the right side of the lane. She banks it in off the glass. 15 now for Weichel. And the lead is stretched out to 17 points. A 14-6 start for Carson-Newman. Defense is swarming as well. Kynard for Newberry breaks the press. Gives Wisely. Wisely along the baseline. Kicks it out to the corner for Cronin. Cronin out for Virgo to the paint, misses a jumper. Lindsay Taylor with a rebound. lifts it forward for Wilson, and Carson-Newman will set up the offense. 4 minutes to go in the third, and a 17-point Carson-Newman lead. They've made their last 4 shots from the field. Weichel has it, the sophomore from Greenville. It's to the right corner, and an illegal screen on Lindsay Taylor. And it's her 3rd personal foul, and it brings us to a pause in play. Lady Eagles finding their stroke from the field. They've made 6 of 8 from the floor in the period, and the lead is at 17. Carson-Newman on top. Can they keep things rolling and close out the 3rd period? We'll find out here in a second on the Eagles Sports Network.
See, our focus is you. At Kate Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Kate Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drainage. AEC, we're power with purpose.
Carson-Newman's big 3 have come to perform in this one. Braylon Weichel, Addison Bird, Lindsay Taylor. Combined 39 of the team's 50 points, and they have made 67% of their shots from the field, 16 of 24. 3:48 to go in the third. Carson-Newman has its largest bulge of the day, 17. 50 to 33, 3:45 to go in the third. 14-5 start to the period for the Lady Eagles as well. Newberry ball in the black unis. They have it going right to left. Underneath, the pass goes for Alexis Miller. Kicks out Kynard, left wing 3-pointer, missed it short. Sydney Pierce has the rebound, and she draws the foul as Kynard was going for the glass, as she knew immediately she missed the shot. And Carson-Newman will take care of the basketball once more. They made 4 straight shots, and they have the ball against a little token full court pressure. Harley Smith will cross the timeline, left to right for CN in the white unis. Weichel dribbles left, gives it to Bird left wing. Bird around a screen, lobs underneath for Smith. Great catch underneath, and she flicks it in off the glass. 6 now for Harley Smith. The lead is 19, 52-33 with 3:07 to go in the third. Romas in the backcourt, gives forward for Cronin. Cronin to the free throw line for a pull-up jump shot that is good. She has a smooth shooting stroke. She's got 13. Pass goes to the front court, and Pierce cannot catch it. Wilson threw it forward, and it's almost that old adage. When you're trying to throw a pass to a big running the floor, you throw it directly to their body. It's like you do in football. When you're throwing it to a running back, you throw it to their body. You don't try to lead them. Wilson tried to lead Pierce, and Pierce couldn't catch up to it in time. 52-35, 2:53 to go in the third, and Carson-Newman on top by 17 in that 2-2-1 full court press that has forced 16 turnovers. Into the front court comes Cronin, gives right-hand side Kynard. Kynard dribbles to the baseline for Newberry and kicks out Cronin. 17-point CN lead with 15 to shoot for Newberry. Alexis Miller, as the gym goes quiet here as Newberry tries to set up its offense. Cronin, top of the key, another 3. That's too strong. Offensive rebound underneath, picked up by Gates. Tries to put it back up, doesn't get it to fall, but Pierce picks up the foul. Her first and the team's 4th, and it sends Gates to the free throw line. First foul shots of the season for Gates. Newberry is 3 of 5 at the line. They entered at 87% as a team this year. First one is up there, and it goes straight through the nylon. One more coming here for Gates. 16-point game, 52-36 with 2:26 to go in the third. Gates' second foul shot. Again, it's pure for the redshirt sophomore from Batesburg, South Carolina. 2:20 to go in the third. Weichel across the timeline. Freshman of the year in the league gives to another freshman of the year, Quay Hines. Hines gets to the paint. Right-hand shot's too strong. And the rebound plucked out of there by Kynard of Newberry. 2:08 to go in the third period. Newberry the ball, down by 15. They have just hung around in this game, and the Lady Eagles have not been able to take a knockout blow. Romas, left-hand side, gives Cronin the left corner. Cronin back out top for Romas. Dribbles right, gets shut down, gives out Gates. Newberry has just 9 to shoot now. Kiner gets to the right side of the lane and is whistled for a traveling violation. 17th giveaway of the game now for Newberry. And they'll bring in a trio of substitutes. It'll be Brett, White, and Wisely joining Cronin and Romas on the floor for Newberry. Carson-Newman has held Newberry's leading scorer, Courtney Virgo, to 0 points on 0 of 5 shooting. Weichel has it in the front court, hands off bunch. Around a screen left, gives it back to the right wing. Weichel wide open, right wing 3, missed it short. And the rebound collected by White of Newberry. Newberry sprints front court with White leading the charge, handing it off to Brett. Brett gets to the left side of the lane, tries to dump it underneath, and Wisely picks it up. Gives out left corner for Cronin. Back out for Wisely. Those two play catch with Cronin on the left point. Dumps it back inside Wisely. Two-man game here. Underneath Wisely. Right-hand hook shot. Missed it badly, and Bunch collects the rebound off the backboard. Lady Eagles sprinting left-right into the front court. Weichel on the right wing. Gives back out. Hines kicks to the right corner. Bunch, she wants a three-pointer. Missed it too strong, and White collects the glass for Newberry. Carson-Newman has missed its last 3 shots from the field after a hot start. White for Newberry to the front court. Now out Cronin left wing. 20 to shoot, under a minute to go. Seeing ahead by 15. In the third. Left-hand side White, back out top Wisely. Over to Romas on the right wing. She dribbles left, gets down the left side of the lane, uses a ball fake, lets go fourth glide by, and scoops in her layup with the right hand off the glass. The lead down to 13. Carson-Newman had just led by 19 roughly 3 minutes ago. And now it's down to 13 as Newberry's been able to use a 6-0 run. Go forth, top of the key. 18-17 to go here in the third in a 13-point game. Pierce underneath the bucket, and she is fouled. It's on Brett, who picks up her third. It's just the team's third. What it does is shut the shot clock off. Granted, there was only about a 2-second differential on the shot clock. 13.6 to go in the third, seeing ahead by 13, but they have not scored in 3 minutes. Lady Eagles have missed their last 3. Inbound to Weichel, gives go for it at the free throw line, gets it right back. 9 and 8 to shoot. Weichel has it between the rings. 6 and 5. 5 and now 4. Weichel crosses over right to left, and we get a whistle and another foul. And honestly, for Newberry, not the worst thing in the world, although it is Brett's 4th. And that'll force Alexis Miller to come into the game. So Brett is out with those 4 personal fouls. And with 2.4 to go in the third, Coach Mincy was working on this at the end of practice yesterday. These late clock situations. 52-39, CN on top. Hines to inbound it. Lobs for Pierce on the right block, catches, puts it up with the left hand. It hung on the rim and dropped off the right-hand side. You cannot draw it up any better if you're Mike Mincy. Perfectly executed, just couldn't get the shot on a friendly roll. And Carson-Newman, despite leading by 19 in the third, will settle for a Baker's dozen lead of 13. 52-39 as we go to the fourth. Can Lady Eagles regain that rhythm and find some consistency? We'll find out next on the Eagles Sports Network.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
A little bit of a mixed bag for Carson-Newman. in the third period. They had 7 turnovers. They missed their final 4 shots of the period and had a 3-minute scoring drought. But they do lead by 13 as we start the fourth. Carson-Newman ball in the white jerseys. Bird on the right elbow, catching and firing from Weichel and drilling another one. 14 now for Bird and a lead to 15 with 9:44 to go in the game. Newberry the basketball now, breaking the pressure. Alexis Miller, left side of the lane, gets stopped there. Kicks it back out White. Now Cronin, top of the key, another three-pointer. Misses badly left-hand side. Bodies crash to the deck underneath the bucket. And Newberry, despite having no white jerseys standing underneath the glass, can't get a layup to go. Miller misses it. Here comes CN sprinting the other way. Smith started the possession on the ground defensively. She finishes on the ground offensively as she gets a layup on the left block. Plus she takes some contact and finishes. Smith took a tumble defensively, and then as she sprinted the other way, great hustle by Harley. She got the layup on the left block and then drew the foul. Cannot get the free throw to go, however. And CN's lead sits at 17, 56-39 with 9:14 to go in the game. Romas breaks the press with a pass to White. Now to Alexis Miller, who misses a jump shot on the left elbow. And we get a whistle and a foul underneath. This time Smith is a guilty party, trying to go for the rebound. So a 17-point game, and now Courtney Virgo, who has not scored. She entered today's game with 13 points, 9 rebounds per game. She has no points and 2 boards. Carson-Newman has shut her down. Romas, top of the key, gives left side, and Cronin underneath Wisely. Back to the basket, now spins around. For Newberry, 10 to shoot for the Wolves. Wisely underneath, little right-hand shot, misses it. Then she bounces off of Taylor and commits the personal foul. Second on Wisely, as Taylor had good post-up position. And Wisely will check out of the game and be replaced by Malaysia Gates. 8:51 to go in the game. Carson-Newman would like a big offensive quarter. They have not scored more than 18 points in a quarter in this game. That was their haymakers last year. Bird the free throw line, misses a shot too strong. And we do get a whistle and a foul, though, on Newberry. And it's on Alexis Miller, her second. Well, Bird had Smith cutting underneath. She took the shot rather than pass it to Smith. Otherwise, it would have been an easy layup. Inbound comes to Smith for Carson-Newman. She hands off to Weichel. Passes on a three-pointer. Dribbles left. Gets shut down defensively. Then trickles along the baseline for a reverse layup. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Taylor. And she draws the foul. And it's on Alexis Miller once more. Third on her. Team's fourth. So the Lady Eagles will be in the bonus the rest of the way as they've scored the first 4 points of the period, and Lindsay Taylor to the line. Closing in on a career high. She's got a dozen and 9 rebounds. First one's up there, and she misses this shot short. She's never had a career double-double either. So she's got a chance to cross off a couple things here. Needs this free throw, though. First one, or second one rather, is up there, and it doesn't get the friendly roll. Taylor has missed now 3 free throws. She's 2 of 5 at the line. 56-39, CN on top, 8:20 to go in the game. The lead is 17. The largest has been 19. Left corner, Virgo. Top of the key, Cronin. Wide open again, and she drills another one. Cronin's having a great shooting effort. She has 16 points. She's made 4 of 5 from long range. 56-42. Carson-Newman on top, 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Right wing, Bunch for Carson-Newman in the white jerseys. Bunch dribbles around a screen left, gives it over to Smith. Now inside, Weichel tosses it for Taylor, and a foul is whistled on Gates, her second, and that puts Newberry now over the limit. And it sends Taylor to the free throw line to work on those free throws. She's 5 of 8 from the field, but has missed 3 of 5 attempts at the line. Carson-Newman is 5 for 9 at the line in this game. First shot from Taylor is too strong. Carson-Newman last season led the league in free throw shooting. They were 79% as a team. Second shot from Taylor, that misses wide left. She's missed 4 free throws on the last 2 trips. And Newberry has a chance to put a dent into this 14-point deficit. Top of the key, it's Miller. The freshman from Wisconsin gives over to Romas right wing. Now Virgo. Virgo, the sophomore from Australia, to Cronin. Step back. High arcing three-pointer, drills another one. 19 for Cronin, and it's an 11-point game out of nowhere. 56-45 with 7:20 to go. Plenty of time left. Carson-Newman ball. Smith in the middle of paint. Left-hand teardrop. Too strong. Rebound battled for. And a Carson-Newman foul. It's on Bird, and it's her second. It just feels right now for Carson-Newman, they're doing a lot of good things, but it just feels like one thing is missing on every possession. Just one little hustle play, one little slide defensively, a little touch offensively. And Newberry, on a 6-0 run, has trimmed the margin to 11. They can get it to single digits on this trip. Romas between the rings, looking for Cronin to set a screen. She uses it to her right. Cronin pops out to her left. Cronin wants another one. She's feeling it. Gives it back out. Romas for Newberry. 10 to shoot. Romas to the paint. Has it stripped. Collects it back. Still in the lane. And a traveling violation is whistled. She was triple teamed. It was either going to be a 3-second violation or close to a travel. Carson-Newman 56, Newberry 45. 11-point game with 6:40 to go. Weichel with it in the front court. Gives over Wilson, right-hand side. Wilson dribbles around a screen left. Kicks it to the right corner, Weichel. Weichel lobs for Smith. Smith dribbles left, bounces it. Wilson, left wing three, halfway down and out. Rebound pulled down by Alexis Miller. Another chance for Newberry to put a dent into this deficit. Down 11, 6:20 to go in the game. Underneath it goes Gates. Right baseline, 8 feet out. Hands off, Virgo thought about a jumper, couldn't pull the trigger. Bounces back inside Gates, and a foul is whistled, and it's the 4th on Lindsay Taylor. So Taylor's 4th personal foul, and Bean will have to come in. And Smith will come out with Taylor as Goforth enters with Bean. 56-45. Carson-Newman on top, Newberry ball. Top of the key, Cronin. We get a whistle and an illegal screen on Newberry. Cronin, a rare misfire. Won't count in the stat book as Gates picks up the illegal screen foul. And Wisely is quickly off the bench and replaces her. 56-45. Carson-Newman on top. They have not scored in almost 3.5 minutes. Weichel across the timeline. Picks out Wilson between the rings. Back Weichel right point. Weichel to her left. Bounces it Wilson. And a 3-second violation on Carson-Newman. And they call it on Bird. Carson-Newman had gone so long without a turnover. They had 7 in the third quarter. A lot of those were early. And they turn it over here. 56-45. 5:50 to go in the 4th. Newberry basketball. They are on a 6-0 scoring run. Wisely right block for Newberry. Gives it to Virgo. Down the lane. Gets to the left block. Kicks it out. Romas right point. Underneath Wisely. Dribbles right. Gets trapped. Goes with an up and under move and gets it to go. 8-0 Newberry run, and it's a single-digit margin. 9-point game. 56-47. 5:20 to go in the game. Bean right baseline, pulls the trigger on a jumper. That's no good. Quick trigger from Bean. And Carson-Newman's scoring drought continued. Last field goal came at the 9:24 mark. Virgo, a three-pointer from the left corner, misses it. And then Newberry commits the foul, and that will give Carson-Newman a chance to end this scoring drought. So they call the foul on Keyshawn White. And Carson-Newman, who has not scored since the 9:24 mark, will get free throws here. And it will be Braylon Weichel. So that should end a 4-minute and 18-second scoring drought. Lady Eagles have had a couple of these droughts in this game as Weichel misses the first free throw. She's missed 2 of them now. 15.7 assists for the reigning SAC freshman of the year. Second one from Weichel coming. It's up, it's in, so that indeed does end that drought. Newberry utilized an 8-0 scoring run during that stretch. It is a 10-point game, though. 57-47, nearly midway through the 4th period. Across the timeline comes Romas. Romas kicks to the right wing, and White. Newberry with the basketball, down 10. 4:55 to go. White, top of the key, throws it over Romas, lobs underneath. It's deflected by Weichel. picked up wisely. Her shot is blocked by Bean. Gets it back. Gets another shot blocked by Bean, and it deflects out of play by Wisely. How about Katie Bean? A couple shot blocks in one sequence. And the Lady Eagles muscling up underneath. Now can it lead to some offense? Carson-Newman's lead is just 10. Final stop and play with 4:45 to go in the game. And we'll step out for a final break. Lady Eagles ahead by 10. Can they close this one out and win a season opener? Find out next on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
We're back to Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman has led by as many as 19 in this game. But thanks to nearly a 4.5-minute scoring drought, it's just a 10-point game, 57-47. Carson-Newman on top, 4:35 to go. They do have the ball in the front court. Wilson catches, fires Bean, lobs underneath, looking for Bird. It's intercepted by Wisely. 9th turnover of the second half for Carson-Newman. Right wing, it's White. Jabbing, kicking, top of the key, Brett. Over to Virgo. Virgo looking underneath for the lob. Now gives to White. 14 to shoot for Newberry. White gets to the paint, throws it over looking for Wisely. She's somehow able to come out of the pack with it and draw a foul. Wilson called for the reach-in, and Wisely will get to the free throw line. This is not the team that you want to send to the line either. Newberry 5 of 8 in the game, but they came in having missed 5 free throws all season through 3 games. First one up there from Wisely, and that's too strong. So despite taking a third amount of free throws in this game, they've missed nearly as many shots. Wisely misses the second one, and Bean grabs the rebound. 57-47 with 4 minutes to go in the game. Carson-Newman on top. Lady Eagles looking to defeat Newberry for a 10th straight meeting. Wilson, cross-court pass to Weichel, who's been quiet here in the second half. Bean gives it back out top for Weichel. Back to go for it. Back Weichel. Deep three-pointers up. Missed it short. And the rebound to Cronin. Lady Eagles have now missed 6 straight field goals. 10-point game, 3:36 to go. Lady Eagles looking to extend their streak to 9 straight wins in a season opener. Underneath the bucket, it's Wisely with a turnaround shot, and it's an 8-point game. Newberry on a big-time run, and it's a 57-49 game. This potent Carson-Newman offense has gone quiet at the wrong time. Wilson left wing, 3:10 to go. Wilson to the paint, shovels it out. Bird right baseline, 15-footer. That's short. 7 straight misses. Offensive rebound in and out of the hands of Goforth, and Virgo has it. 3 minutes to go. Open three-pointer from Cronin. That's short. Offensive rebound, Virgo. She'll back it out. And Newberry with a chance, down 8. Wisely underneath is fouled by Bean. And she'll get to the free throw line with 2:51 to go. Carson-Newman in this game has just scored 5 points in the entire fourth quarter. 2:50 to go. And Lady Eagles have to bring some subs out there. Has not been frequently that Carson-Newman has scored less than 60 points as Wisely misses the free throw. She'll get another opportunity at it. 57-49 in the game at which it looked like Carson-Newman had the advantage. Second one is in from Wisely. It's 57-50. with 2:51 to go. It's an 11-1 Newberry scoring run. Lady Eagles have missed 7 straight shots. They have just 1 point in almost the last 7 minutes. Hines left wing, dribbles once, looks, spins, gives it over to Bunch. Bunch down the right side of the lane. Her pull-up jumper is swatted by Wisely. 57-50 with 2.5 to go in the game. Newberry ball. Virgo in the front court, underneath Wisely. Wisely with 4 fouls, Taylor guarding her. Wisely puts a shot up, puts it in. It's a 13-1 Newberry run and a 5-point game. 57-52. Left-hand side, Hines. Hines dribbles left. Throws it cross court, wide open. Weichel needs a 3. Doesn't get the friendly roll as it bounces off the front of the rim. Lady Eagles have missed 8 consecutive shots. 13-1 Newberry run, down 5 with 1:50 to go. Brett on the right block, gets to the lane, left hand layup, too strong off the backboard and into the hands of Weichel. Lady Eagles have missed 9 consecutive shots as Weichel crosses the timeline for Carson-Newman. 57-52. Bounce pass Hines, now to Smith left wing. Smith will dribble, give it out, Taylor. Over to the right wing, Weichel. 10 to shoot for CN. Hines, top of the key. Dribbles left, bounces it left corner, Bunch. Underneath Taylor, 5 to shoot. Taylor sets up the defender, has her shot blocked by Wisely. Another one for Erica Wisely, who was second in the league in shot blocks. 1:10 to go, Newberry down 5, and a timeout from Joanna Tinscher. Well, Carson-Newman has just been brutal offensively here in the second half. They have missed 10 consecutive shots here in the second half, and the Lady Eagles have 1 point in the last 8 minutes. And the lead is just 5 in a game in which roughly 12 minutes ago is a 19-point game, being outscored 13-5 here in the fourth. 57-52, Carson-Newman clinging to the lead. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Well, the Lady Eagles trying to find the answers right now, and they have been few and far between. Just 1 point in the last 8 minutes and 15 seconds. And this is totally opposite what you would think from the teams of years past of Carson-Newman. Newberry ball out of the timeout. Romas giving it out to Brett. Brett underneath for Wisely. Wisely dribbles left against Taylor. Right hand hook shot. Too strong. Rebound into the hands of Smith. She takes it away from Taylor. 50 seconds to go. Weichel will cross the timeline for Carson-Newman. CN ahead by just 5. 3/4 of a minute to go now. Weichel dribbling right. Bounces out Smith. Smith looking to her left. Hands off Hines. 13 to shoot for CN. Underneath Taylor. Taylor kicks it out Weichel. 9 and 8. Weichel gives Bunch. 6 and 5. Back to Weichel. Over to Hines. Hines has to heave up a 3. She cashes it in. The dagger for Carson-Newman with 26 seconds to go. Quay Hines, his first made shot of the game. Makes it a 9-point game. That ends a drought of 10 missed shots in a row. And Quay Hines hits the biggest shot of the ball game with 28 seconds left. 61-52. Here comes Carson-Newman's defense trying to get one final stop. Cronin off of a double screen, gives it over to Virgo. Left wing 3, rattles it in with 18.6 left. And both teams were calling for timeouts. And I don't know which one they're going to give it to. And that's obviously a huge decision because if they give it to Newberry, Carson-Newman will then have to burn a timeout afterwards in order for them to be able to advance it into the front court. 18.6 to go, and they do call the timeout for Carson-Newman. So the Lady Eagles call the timeout. So they will move the ball to the front court onto this near sideline. And they'll inbound in the front court ahead by 5, rather. The scoreboard was wrong. It's actually 60-55. They gave Hines 4 points, not 3. The Cade Insurance Agency is one of the oldest and most experienced insurance agencies in the Lakeway region. Visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com or call 865-475-3391 for a quote today. Well, Carson-Newman has just 8 points in the fourth. It has not been very often. They've been held to single digits in any quarter. For a team that has averaged nearly 80 points, 85 points rather, per game in the last few years. They averaged 85 last year, and were one of the highest scoring teams in the country. Hines will inbound it. 18.6 left in a 5-point game. Bounces it for Weichel. Weichel gets trapped, and she gets fouled, and she gets free throws. They're going to give it on Wisely. It'll be her third. And Weichel will get to the line, and it has not been her greatest day at the office either. She's matched a career high with 8 assists, but she's 2 of 4 at the line. First one is up. That gets a friendly roll. A lot of rim and a little bit of the backboard before it dropped in. And in a 6-point game, she gets another, and this is a critical one to try to make it a 3-score game. Second shot is in. It's a 7-point game. Both coaches did a good job of holding on to their timeout, so Joanna Tinscher calls a timeout, and she now advances the ball to the front court with 16.5 seconds to go. 62-55. Carson-Newman leads with 16.5 seconds left. Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at shopseeaneagles.com, featuring more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. Shopseeaneagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So Newberry will advance the ball to the front court on this near left sideline with 16.5 ticks left. And Carson-Newman, how about this? They've made one of their last 11 field goals, but are still shooting 43% in the game. 25 of 58. Cronin to inbound it, gives it out Virgo, 15 and 14. Romas right wing, dribbles right, Weichel stops her, 12 and 11, back out Virgo. Juggles it, step back, one dribble three-pointer, short, rebound, in and out of the hands of Taylor. Bunch saves it in over her head to Weichel with 2 seconds left. We get a whistle and a foul with 9/10 to go, and the foul's on Wisely with 9/10 of a second to go, and that's her 5th. And Braylon Weichel will get a chance to put the finishing touches on this ball game. You know, if Taylor would have been able to snatch down that rebound, she would have had a double-double. She would have had 12 points, 10 rebounds. But she finishes a rebound shy, at least for now, of a double-double. Weichel 2 free throws. First one tickles the twine, 63-55. Weichel now with 19 points. She gets another. Weichel's second free throw is up. That's in. It's a 20-point scoring effort, the 14th of the young career of the sophomore, and that puts the finishing touches on this ball game. The final score, 64-55. Carson-Newman rings the bell in the season opener. They've won 9 consecutive now. They're 31 of 11 all-time in season openers, and the Lady Eagles win it by the final tally of 64-55. As the Lady Eagles win this one, we'll be joined by Mike Mincy here in just a second as the Lady Eagles pick up their first win of the season. And now we are joined by the coach of the Carson-Newman Lady Eagles, Mike Mincy. And Coach, a little bit inconsistent at times in this game. How do you rate your team's performance?
You know, I think we've got a lot of work to do. I was real curious to see how we were going to play. I think at times it was the Carson-Newman team of old, and then at other times it was a team that I didn't really recognize. And, you know, we're not really breaking in new people, but we're breaking in new people that get to play and get to log a lot of minutes. I thought we had untimely turnovers. They came out, good call by Coach Tinscher. They went to a 1-3-1. We've usually been able to shoot people out of that stuff. We weren't able to shoot them out of it. They stayed in it. I think that got them back in the game. We're very fortunate to come out on the winning end by making enough plays down the stretch. I wouldn't say we made a bunch of them, but we made enough.
Despite the fact that your offense might not have been up to par, it felt like your defense did a really good job. You forced 20 turnovers. You held their leading scorer, Courtney Virgo, to 3 points.
Yeah.
What did you think of the effort on that end of the floor?
I mean, we played hard. The press was good at times in the half court. You know, they're more of a methodical team with their Princeton-type offense, and I thought they did a good job there. And we did a good job defensively. We just didn't, you know, I'm so used to being able to cash in on the offensive end where you can play good defense, potentially stretch that thing out with good offense. But if there's anything that was really struggling today, it was definitely our outside shooting. Free throw shooting wasn't very good. And, of course, just not shooting the ball well in general in the half court.
How much, if any, do you attribute maybe some of those streakiness to the fact that you haven't played a game in 9 months and it's been a little bit of a layoff for your team?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've graduated some really good players, and obviously last year, no exception with Kayla, because she was a kid that you could count on you to bail you out a little bit, and we're going to have people that step up to do that as well this year. But when you haven't played, we didn't get that scrimmage like everybody else, and they have played 3 games. You know, they look like a more seasoned basketball team to me. I think we had the 17-point lead there at one point in time, and then we just stupid stuff, just didn't make shots, easy stuff that we could have gotten that thing up over 20, gotten some breathing room, and we just didn't make it happen tonight. But we did come out with a win.
What did you think of the performance of Lindsay Taylor in her debut?
Well, I haven't looked at Lindsay shows that she can get that deep seal. She got in a little bit of foul trouble, but, we kept her in there. She almost had a double-double. Proud of her. She's going to be able to do even much more. Got to seal up the free throw situation there, but she's obviously a post player that we can throw the ball into and try to get easy looks.
Braylon Weichel carried you in that second quarter. I think she had 11 points in that. She finishes the game with 20 points, her highly efficient self.
Yep.
8 assists as well for her. To see her come out in the first game of her sophomore year, kind of be that steady hand, what's that mean?
Well, obviously, she's somebody that they're going to key on because she's one of our better players coming back and is our leading scorer coming back. And they did. They tried to take the ball out of her hands a lot, and they weren't giving her anything. Everything she got tonight, it felt like that she earned it. Goes 20 points. Obviously, 0 for 5 from the 3 is not Braylon Weichel standards, and that will improve upon. She makes a couple of threes. Probably opens up a lot more things for her, but she's a warrior. She took care of the ball. She was pressed the whole night, only had the 1 turnover. So, as always, I'm glad she's on our team, and she made those free throws down the stretch.
You get 1 week, of course, knock on wood, until you play Anderson next week. What's the one thing right now that stands out to you that you want to see some improvement on?
We've always hung our hat kind of on the offensive side of the ball. Tonight we could say, man, our defense bailed us out a little bit, but we didn't look sharp against the 1-3-1. We've seen 1-3-1s before. We didn't get good penetration. We didn't make shots. If we did get it inside, we didn't make them pay. And that's one thing that we're going to have to make sure that if we see any kind of zone for that matter down the stretch, we're going to have to do a lot better job. And then shooting 4-15 from the 3 in our home gym. I mean, we shoot more threes in this gym in practice than anybody, and they shouldn't be able to come in here and make more threes than we do in our own gym.
Coach, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. We're back with the Domino's post-game report here in just a moment as the Lady Eagles win it. Final score in this one, 64-55 on the Eagles Sports Network.
No further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagles student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagles Sports Network. Stats, a conversation with Mike Mincy, and socially distanced player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, powering the Eagles, and Mossy Creek, we're power with purpose. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, Jefferson City eats more chicken. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Kate Insurance Agency, insuring your future since 1959. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrad.
Well, it certainly got nervy at times here inside the Holt Fieldhouse for Carson-Newman's first win of the season. But nevertheless, it is a victory for Carson-Newman. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many points you score. All it matters is how many more points you scored than the other team. And the Lady Eagles in this ball game were able to get 9 more than Newberry to take flight in a victory over Newberry. And Carson-Newman starts the year 1-0 for the 9th consecutive season, and they have now beaten Newberry in 10 straight meetings, dating back to a loss in 2016 to end the year. Otherwise, it's been all Carson-Newman. New format this year. I know we've had a couple men's games, but this is our first doubleheader of the year. The way that things are set up is there 45 minutes between games in order to give the gym enough time to be cleansed. Had some aerosol spray being sprayed throughout the entire gymnasium, as well as, of course, cleansing of the socially distant benches. And on our side as well, some cleaning supplies being taken care of. And as it stands now, we're 35 minutes shy of the opening tap between Carson-Newman and Newberry on the men's side, and what is our first double header of the season. Glad you're with us. Glad you stuck with us throughout this entire game as you listen to the Domino's post-game report. A reminder that Domino's is the official pizza of CN. When you're hungry, be sure to reach for Domino's. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CN ID, or you can get 8-piece wings, stuffed cheesy bread, salad, 9-piece marble cookie brownies. I think Cav, who will be with you here in a few minutes, I think he bought all of those pretty much every day of the quarantine, and he was polishing those off with his family. I think actually his family got the healthy stuff, probably just the salad. Cav took care of the rest of everything at that point for the Lady Eagles in this victory here tonight. Carson-Newman gets the win, 64-55. CN doesn't shoot the ball all that well from three-point range. Just 4 of 15 from three-point range in the game. As we look at the stats today, brought to you by The 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment would like to thank Carson-Newman University community for its support as a partner with CN. The 278th ACR will provide you with the opportunity to achieve your educational goals, earn a paycheck, obtain new skills, and qualify for assistance with college tuition. The 278th ACR invites you to become a leader while serving your community, state, and country. Come ride with the Tennessee Cavalry. Text 278-ACR to 740 after that. We look at the stats in this ball game. Carson-Newman overall in the game, 25 of 58 shooting. That's 43%. Just 4 of 15 from three-point range, 27%. They go 10 of 18 at the free throw line. 5 of those misses came from the sophomore transfer from Furman, Lindsay Taylor, and pretty much all of those misses were toilet bowls. They barely rimmed out of the cylinder. Otherwise, it would have been a much nicer day, and certainly for the Lady Eagles, if they get a few more shots to go, which I guess obviously the case for Newberry as well, would have been a different looking scoreboard here today. Carson-Newman led in scoring in the ball game by Braylon Weichel. She filled it up, as she always does. 20 points, 8 assists, matching a career high there. 3 rebounds, 3 steals in the game, 37 minutes for the reigning sacked freshman of the year. 14 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds for the other preseason all-conference pick, Addison Bird. She went 5 of 8 from the field, drilled both of her three-point attempts. A dozen for Taylor in her Carson-Newman debut. She adds 9 rebounds in 24 minutes of play. 5 of 9 from the field for Taylor. A nice debut for the sophomore from Maryville. Otherwise, Carson-Newman didn't get a whole lot from the bench in this ball game, just 7 points from the bench. Harley Smith added 8 points and 4 rebounds in 25 minutes. 3 points for Madison Bunch. That was to start the second half of the three-pointer. She added 4 rebounds. 3 points and a couple rebounds for Quay Hines, but those 3 points were the dagger right down the stretch in the final minute of the game. She drilled one from the right wing, and that was pretty much the way that this game became a given at that point in time. 2 points apiece from Abby Wilson and Katie Bean. Bean also added a couple shot blocks in the game. Taylor Goforth had a couple steals and a couple rebounds off of the pine as well. Newberry on the other side, 21 of 56 from the field, 37.5%. 7 of 20 from three-point range, 35%. And 6 of 11 from the free throw line, 55%. They missed 5 free throws in this game. Entering today, they had missed 5 free throws all season. 32 of 37. They were the best free throw shooting team in the conference, and only Washburn had a higher free throw percentage. Washburn hadn't missed any so far this season, and I believe that they had only played 1 game so far in the year. 2 players scored in double figures for Newberry, and 2 players that you wouldn't have expected to be the team leaders right off the bat. Payton Cronin had 19 points. She was feeling it throughout the game, 7-11. She came in averaging 11 per ball game, and she was the best three-point shooter in the league, and that will only go up as she makes 5 of 7 from long range in 22 minutes of play. Erica Wisely had a really nice game. They were going to her a lot in the blocks. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks for Wisely. Otherwise, nobody had more than 6 points in the game. They held, Carson-Newman did, the Newberry Wolves' leading scorer, Courtney Virgo, to just 3 points. She did contribute in other ways, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, but just went 1 of 8 from the field in the game. Kelly Romas, the preseason all-conference pick, had 6 points. That was her season average. She has scored 6 points, I believe, in every single game this season. She had 7 turnovers, though, 7 of the team's 20 giveaways in the game. 5 from Kelsey Brett, 5 points, 5 rebounds from Alexis Miller off of the bench for Coach Joanna Tincher's team. And then 3, I mentioned the 3 points from Virgo, 2 points apiece from Kynard, Gates, and Mackenzie Miller, the twin sister of Alexis Miller in the game. Carson-Newman 34-20 leaders in points in the paint, 14-4 points off fast break. Each team had 13 points off of turnovers. Newberry had 7-6 lead in second chance points. And I mentioned Kayla Marisites, who was one of the best rebounders in the entire country, and that was sorely missed today. Lady Eagles finished -9 on the glass in the game. Taylor had 9. Nobody else had more than 4 for Carson-Newman in the contest. And Newberry's bench dropped 30 points, thanks in large part to the 19 from Cronin. Lady Eagles do, however, lead wire to wire. They led by as many as 19 in the ball game, and the final tally ends up being 64-55. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, McGaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit McGahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. McGaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. We'll talk to Braylon Weichel coming up here in just a few moments as she finishes off all of her post-game duties down in the locker room with Coach Mincy and company. When we come back, we'll have a conversation with Braylon Weichel on tap, as well as a look around the rest of the league. How did things finish up in that Wise-Wingate game, that Anderson-Limestone contest? We'll fill you in on how everything else panned out around the league. But in the meantime, Carson-Newman wins this ball game. Final score, CN 64 and Newberry 55. We're back to Holt Fieldhouse on the Domino's post-game report next on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopcneagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopCneagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopCneagles.com. Visit today.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military.
Final!
I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard or thinking about it that it's a great opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back to Holt Fieldhouse on a winning night for Carson-Newman women's basketball. The Lady Eagles finalize a victory to begin the season. Final score in the contest is the Lady Eagles 64, Newberry 55. Carson-Newman wins the contest against this Newberry side, and Newberry falls to 1-3 now on the season. Carson-Newman improves to 1-0, winning the season opener. So Carson-Newman wins the ball game by this final tally, and let's take a look around what happened in the rest of the league. And it's Wise that beats Wingate 92-82. And Wise pretty much leads wire to wire in the victory in a very high-scoring contest. They get 5 players in double figures, 22 to lead all scorers from Mackenzie King. Very nice game for her. King with 22, she makes 7 of 11 from the floor and 6 of 10 from three-point range. A double-double from Meg Crawford. 17 points, 11 rebounds for Crawford. 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds for Nia Van Zandt. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists for Caitlin Ross. And 13 points from Kaylee Johnson for Wise. On the Wingate side, Brianna Troutman had a great game and looked like she was on track for maybe a 35-point scoring effort. Well, she finishes with 19 points and 13 rebounds in the ball game. 3 steals for her for Wingate. Bulldogs had 5 players in double figures, 11 from Wilson and Davis and 10 from Hatfield. And then, of course, Aaliyah Whiteside had 14 points in the game. Wingate plus 13 on the glass, but Wise wins the game by a 10-point scoring margin in that contest. So Wise picks up the victory, and the only other game that was going on tonight was between Anderson and Limestone. And the final tally still coming in. If you remember, Anderson was up by a very small margin early. And it's Anderson that holds on, and they pick up the victory. Final score, 67-61. Trojans, the reigning SAC regular season champs, pick up the victory over Limestone. So Braylon Weichel's on her way upstairs. We'll have that conversation with her as we continue here on the Domino's post-game report. Carson-Newman gets the victory. Final score, 64-55. When we come back, we'll talk to the player of the ball game. Carson-Newman's Braylon Weichel on her way as the Lady Eagles win it by 9 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cade Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cade Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cade Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, ShopSeeingEagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit ShopSeeingEagles.com today.
Back to Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman wins the ball game by a final score of 64-55 over the Newberry Wolves, and the Lady Eagles pick up the win. And Braylon Weichel leads the way for Carson-Newman with 20 points and 8 assists in the contest, 3 steals as well for Braylon as we start to get her set up here at Holt Fieldhouse. We're now joined by Braylon Weichel after the Carson-Newman victory. 20 points, 8 assists for Braylon. And Braylon, second quarter, you were on fire. I think you had 11 points in that second quarter. What was your mindset in that period?
I just knew I kind of had to pick it up because we were kind of in a little rough patch there for a little bit. And I just kind of had to do what I had to do and help us score.
How did it feel to be back on the floor after 9 months?
It felt amazing. I was super nervous last night, I'm not going to lie, and I usually am not the one to get nervous. But once we got on the court, I mean, it felt natural, and I was just so excited to be there.
Obviously, we talk a lot about your offense, but I feel like defensively you guys had a really good game. You forced 20 turnovers. What did you think about the team's effort defensively?
I think we looked really good on defense, especially in our press. We got some quick turnovers and easy layups, and of course we missed some there and a little bit. And we went on a spurt where we turned the ball over, which, I mean, that was kind of my fault too as the point guard. But, you know, we got the win out of the way, and it's a good first win for us.
Obviously, things were a little bit streaky in this game from an offensive perspective. You still do shoot 43% in the game. What kind of corrections do you want to see this team make in the next week?
We'll definitely start shooting better than that. I mean, we shoot all the time in practice. It might have just been the first game jitters out of the way, but I definitely feel like we'll shoot better from the floor and the 3 ball because we do that a lot in practice, and we shoot very well in practice.
Obviously, this team feels like it's got a great amount of depth to it. Quay Hines hadn't scored a point the whole game. You guys had scored 1 point in about 9 minutes. To see her hit that 3, what's that mean to this team that everybody can score for you guys?
That was super big for us, and we all have confidence in each other because we know what we're capable of. And just to see that go in, that was just amazing because we were kind of struggling in that little set right there. But we all had confidence in her to make the shot. She actually told me, she was like, "Why didn't you shoot that?" And I was like, because I knew that you were going to make it, type deal. So it's awesome that we have each other's back. We're a really close team this year, and I'm super excited to see where this goes.
You look forward to next week. Knock on wood, obviously, as
Yes.
we'll do throughout the whole year that you can play. Anderson comes to town. Last year, double overtime, buzzer-beating loss. What's the mindset of this team need to be over the next week to get ready for that one?
You know, we just got to get the mindset that, hey, they beat us on our own court. They beat us on their floor. You know, we can't let that happen again, and we just need to get another win and move forward.
Braylon, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That's Braylon Weichel after Carson-Newman's victory over Newberry. So Carson-Newman picks up the win, 64-55, and glad that we were able to catch Braylon before we get ready for the men's basketball game here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. So Carson-Newman wins this ball game by a final tally of 64-55, and the Lady Eagles, despite a little bit of streakiness offensively, were able to drill just enough shots to win the contest. So Lady Eagles win it, and Adam Cavalier standing by. He's ready to go. Carson-Newman men's basketball will look for a second straight win as they host Newberry. Glad you tuned in. For Skip Roberts, I'm Michael Watrang signing off on the women's 64-55 win. Adam Cavalier takes you the rest of the way next on the Eagle Sports Network.
To 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.